The flooding earlier this week has devastated families and businesses across the city. And now, even more issues for people living in the city's north end. The North York Harvest Food Bank is in urgent need of support and donations after their main warehouse was damaged. Brandon Rowe joins us now from the warehouse. Brandon, let's paint a picture of just how bad this situation is.
Yeah, that's right, Mel, and especially during this time in the summer where donations sometimes aren't as much as you would get during the winter. This is definitely a situation that is going to affect the way business is being done here at North York. You take a look here, flooding affected one of these freezers. It's completely shut down. Here's a fan, part of it broke out and broke off, and you can see pieces of it here. I'm actually joined by the executive director of North York Harvest Food Bank, Ryan Noble. Ryan, maybe if you could paint a picture of what happened and what you're seeing here within the food bank.
Sure. What we saw was just a cascade of challenges all throughout the day. So as the rain started in the morning, we started to see the water levels rise faster than we could pump them out behind our warehouse in our loading bays where our trucks are parked. And that caused some damage to some of the trucks. And then as that continued, as the rain continued, we started to see leakage coming into the warehouse itself from the roof. And that's what caused some of the damages to our freezer and to our cooler. And then I think the real, the really difficult occurrence happened once the power went out, because it was so hot and so humid, the temperatures within the coolers got too warm and were too warm for too long for the food to be safely distributed. So we lost a tremendous amount of really high quality products, perishable proteins like milk, eggs, cheese, meats, beef and chicken that are really expensive for us, but also really expensive for people who come to our food bank. So that's the type of food that we really want to get out to people, and we had to discard quite a bit of it.
If we can let our viewers, if you can let our viewers know, like, we're in the freezer right now, it is empty, but, I'd say maybe a day or so ago, there was, the shelves would have been more full.
Absolutely, and you can see kind of these are the types of things we would have had on those shelves. We would have kept them full and then be turning them over throughout the day as we sent out to different agencies, and we do that every day. So, we'll be able to bounce back, and we're in the middle now of making the repairs. We'll purchase the food to replace what was lost, but the opportunity to provide that food to people as early as today is gone, and that's a real shame.
If we take a step over here, as we shown before, some of the damage, do we know a cost? Do you have a cost figure of what it's going to cost to repair everything?
We're estimating right now, we're still confirming that, but we're estimating $50,000 to repair the trucks, the coolers, the freezer, and again to restock all that really expensive, high quality food.
I think a big thing when it comes to food bank is that community support, whether it's volunteers or just people donating. What are you guys hoping for? What are you guys looking for now when it comes to being able to help people in need?
Well, you're absolutely right. So food bank, North York Harvest and most other food banks are really supported by our community. We don't receive government support or anything like that, so we rely on the generosity of thousands and thousands of individuals all across northern Toronto to help us do the work that we do. So this is a time, and we're very fortunate that our community steps forward and helps us out to do that work. So this is a time where we do need support from people who are able to make a financial donation to help us make those repairs, help us restock that food, and to help our agencies as well, because we're here in our distribution center talking about the impact to us, but we support the community by sending food out to dozens and dozens of agencies, and many of those were impacted as well. So I think if you're in a position to help us with a financial donation, every bit counts, and you can find out how to do that on our website, northyorkharvest.com. But I think it also highlights just how fragile and precarious the food banking system is here in Toronto. We're seeing the highest number of people coming to food banks in our history, and we've been around for about 40 years. So this was an acute shock, but I think it comes on top of a really chronic crisis that we've been dealing with for years and years. So if you're a policymaker or in government, I hope that this puts puts everybody on notice that we need to do things differently. And we know we need to do things differently as an organization, but we need to do things differently as a city as well, so that we can start to finally see the number of people coming to food banks start to decrease, so that when tragedies do happen like this, they don't have the impact that ripples and turns into catastrophe like we saw this week.
Well, thank you so much. That's Ryan Noble, the Executive Director with North York Harvest Food Bank. And obviously, as he mentioned before, the biggest thing right now is a community support, Mel, and hoping that people will step up, whether it's donating monetarily or food as well, to help those that access the food bank. Until then, I'll send it back to you.